What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to review the Season 4 premiere of Tyler Perry's Ruthless. So, if you haven't seen the Season 4 premiere of Tyler Perry's Ruthless, turn this video off, go watch the show, and come back and watch this video. Yeah, anything I say is my opinions, my expressions, my feelings. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. So don't come and meet somebody, you can't be saying that. Yes, I can, it's my opinion. I'm not a public speaker, so yeah, you will hear a lot of those uhs. I will pause a lot. I will be looking at my notes. I'm not the smartest bitch in the world, so of course I ain't gonna have all the intellectuals there. But yeah, I'm gonna speak as what's the word? I'm gonna speak as clearly as I can, to get my point across. This, that, and the third. And I do have my water bottle right here, as always. Got a couple pieces of ice. I like when the little ice come out. Okay. Last chance, if you haven't seen the season 4 premiere of Tyler Perry's Ruthless, turn this video off because I'm about to spoil the entire episode. Okie dokie. And I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I'm gonna grade this premiere. But that's why I said, like, I don't like when shows, I mean, I get it. They gotta, like, as viewers, we already be in the know about the secrets and stuff. So when the character that's supposed to find out, when they find out, it'd be like, it'd be kind of like bittersweet. Because it's like, okay, we've been waiting for this character to find out this particular secret. But at the same time, we already knew the secret as viewers watching. So it's kind of like when you get stuff like that, you can't be like, So, B+. I'm going to give it a B+. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to give it a B+. The first scene is at the FBI headquarters. And I'm like, about time we seeing some more FBI presence and stuff, because I swear these last 3 seasons, no FBI for real. No FBI for real. I mean, yeah, we had Brian undercover at the sheriff's office, and we had Andrew in there undercover, but as we found out in the episode, they had no chance, and they had no chance at all anyway. So, let me see. So, we at the FBI building, and it's this female agent. They don't really tell us her title, position, whatever. So, she's there. She talking about, like, dudes that ran cults. So, we know where it's going at. She talks about, she tells a story about something that happened in 1974. Ooh, what was that? Oh, my purse fell. That scared the hell out of me. So she talks about a situation in 1974 where a cult was created called Heaven's Gate, and it was created by a couple. And the man in the couple was like presumed to be gay or whatever, but rather to like accept his sexuality, he taught his followers that it was no sex, so he would make them all dress alike, so it would be like no gender. So they wouldn't be defined by gender. Then she said 23 years later, they blindly followed him and committed suicide, like the whole cult. I'm like, at this point, I need to light it while it's on yeah. So telling that story about that, they all committed suicide, followed their blind leader or whatever. Then she starts talking about somebody named Jim Jones. And I know that it's a real Jim Jones, and I think that's where the rapper Jim Jones got his name from. But I'm like, is this the same Jim Jones that she talking about? Because if it is, why would the rapper Jim Jones want to be like, why would he want his name to affiliate with something like that? But maybe this is just a name that she made up. Or maybe it was another Jim Jones, and she telling this story about this Jim Jones. So she says that Jim Jones used to be a preacher and an activist before he started running a cult. And he ended up having thousands of followers. And then he got arrested for doing like lewd acts with an undercover police officer in a movie theater. She said even after that, his followers still followed him. And she said that his followers was forced to have sex with him, male and female followers. And then she says that he convinced his whole flock like to follow him to Guyana. I don't know how to pronounce it. Guyana. Yeah, convinced them all to go to Guyana. I might be pronouncing it wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't know. But yeah, she says took them all to Guyana, where they basically like endured hell. He told them they was gonna be in paradise or whatever, and they get there. They in a Guyana jungle, and things is like not what he said it would be. And then she said like the state's congressman or whoever he was at the time, he was getting a lot of complaints from the followers' parents that's missing them, trying to figure out what's going on with them and all that. She says it got so serious that he had to go down to Guyana to like see for himself how like what was going on with the cult or whatever. So then she says the congressman's visit was going fine until I feel like this scene probably is unnecessary, but I feel like they just probably giving us insight into like what cults, what we can expect from real cults, and like what they want us to realize is going on with the cult, with the Rockadushis. So she says, the congressman trip was going well until he was about to leave, and some of the followers start slipping him little notes saying that they wanted to leave too. So the congressman, he tries to take the ones that want to leave with him, I'm assuming, and the lead dude, Jim Jones, he got mad, he found out. So then the congressman, they said he got shot down at the at the plane, at the Clearport, where was he at? At the airstrip. He got gunned down at the airstrip. And then she was like, and after that, Jim Jones convinced his whole flock to drink poison and commit suicide, kill themselves. She started showing pictures. Says it was about 900 people. Says it was mothers, kids, the elderly, all that. She was like, man, I don't know why people blindly follow people like this, but she was like, I know it's still happening today. So then, when the sun go down, the song come on. One thing I will give Tyler Perry, his little theme songs for his shows, them Jones be good. They be good. Because I even like the little new theme song to the little Zatima song. So I was like, yeah, okay, Tyler Perry, you be having some good theme songs. So now the theme song going off. They back at the FBI building. They still talking about the cult situation. So then they pull up the highest picture. And damn, they could have gave that man a better name. His name Tyrone Luckett. Real life following a nigga named Tyrone. Erica did say call Tyrone. Just can't use her phone, But anyway. So they pulled up the pictures like Tyrone something Luckett. I forgot what they said his middle name was. So he kept talking about, he got a compound in VA. We got 2 UCs inside that we ain't heard from in days. She says they haven't checked in. She was like, I know what y'all thinking. I want to go in blasting too. But what we do know, she was like, but what we do know is that he has like about 47 children inside. And he's taught them to hate the government. So we can't just go in there blasting. She mentions the Waco incident. Says, remember how many kids died in that situation. We don't want that situation here, basically. So she tells Mac, and I put might be working for the Rockadushis, because before this scene or whatever, we found out after this scene that he is working with the Rockadushis. But in this moment, she was like, Mac, you taking off the case. She was like, we're going to take it from here. He tries to interject, like, but she was like, nah, we got it. We're going to talk after the meeting. So I'm like, he does hell. And I'm like, if he really, I was at that moment, because I was like, if he really, because I remember Daikon telling Malcolm last season that Mac was with them. So I was like, so Mac might even work with the Rockadushi. So in this moment, I'm like, he probably does hell. He just got taken off the case because he working for them, for the Rockadushis. And now he just got taken off the case. So she tell all the agents, study the case and study the case file from top to bottom so we could talk about it. They're gonna debrief in the morning, just stuff like that. So the meeting ends. Mac like, dang, you really want to take my case from me? This then the third. She was like, I spared you the embarrassment. She was like, you talks about like how you got one agent that's compromised, talking about Andrew. And then it was like you got one that was supposed to be at the sheriff's station and we ain't heard from him. I'm talking about Brian. She basically just say like you made a whole fucking mess. Like she's like, I try to keep it from DC, but there ain't no promises. Like you really made a mess type shit. So, Mac he immediately goes to his little office, and then he calls the sheriff, the dirty sheriff that's over there by the Rockadushis. So he tells the sheriff, yeah, I got taken off the case. So now we know Mac actually is working with them. So I was like, damn, he really was. So that means they probably already knew Andrew was FBI from the jump, like when he first got there. Obviously. And they obviously knew Brian was FBI too. If Mac was already with them, it's not far off to assume that. So then, he calls the sheriff, telling him he got taken off the case. The sheriff's like, why you get taken off the case? Mac tell him, like, because they ain't heard from Andrew and Brian. They haven't checked in. So he tells the sheriff, like, I need you to go down to the compound and check and see if Andrew and Brian is, like, is doing okay. So the sheriff, like, I'm supposed to do that. You know how he is. He act like he can't just go down there. So Mac was like, would you call Daikon? So Mac knows who Daikon is. I say that because I want to bring something up later when I talk in the episode, when I talk about the show. So he says, call Daikon. The sheriff was like, man, they get jumpy when I come around. Mac was like, well, but you on their side. Like, how jumpy can they be? And sheriff was like, well, them dudes at the gates, the young dudes at the gates with the guns, they don't know I'm on their side, And Mac was like, look, man, you need to get this shit handled. He was like, I'm not going down by myself, So now we at the sheriff's station or whatever. And the little female deputy, she's so annoying to me. She been annoying to me since they introduced her character, because she just asks so many questions. She be so nosy, and they be like, girl, mind your business. I get that you a deputy or whatever, but you just so nosy. It's annoying. So in this moment, she minding business again. I mean, this is business that she should be minding. Like, so she gets to telling the sheriff, like, I still haven't heard from Pope. The other deputy that got killed by the Rockadushi member, Melinda, that she seduced him and killed him to get into the sheriff's office, found out what they knew and all that. Which I thought was weird, because if the sheriff was on their side the whole time, why does she have to do all that? Get close to the deputy, sneak into the sheriff's office and all that to find out what they knew and all that. I guess they were trying to make sure the sheriff was still on their side. I don't know. So I was like, why Melinda do all that if the sheriff was on y'all side from jump? But anyway, she says, yeah, I haven't heard from Pope. It's not like him. I went by his house. He not there. The sheriff was like, his truck not there? She was like, nope, it's not there. She was like, I'm telling you something off. I haven't seen him since he left with that girl. Talking about the girl Melinda. Because remember, she met the girl. Well, that's how they met. The girl Melinda came in there claiming she was running from a dude that was beating her or something like that. So she said, yeah, something ain't right. He wouldn't just disappear like that. He disappeared with the girl. I don't like that shit. So the sheriff, he tells her that Pogue has a drug problem. It's like, I didn't want to tell you. She was like, no, that's not the type of person Pogue. Sheriff, like, you think I'm lying? She was like, nah, I'm just like, he's not that type of person. The sheriff gets the look, I was trying to help him, but he must have went off the deep end. Then talk about he must have probably on a binge and he'll be back. And Kate was like, not kind of believing it. He's like, you don't believe me, whatever. She says, yeah, I believe you. She's like, well, who's gonna cover his shifts? And Cheryl get the, well, I guess I'll have to cover him. And Kate was like, no, I can just call Brian. Cheryl was like, no, don't call him. Because, he know where Brian at. So, he's like, no, I don't call him, cover the shifts. I work all the hours. Don't worry about it. So, in this moment, I was like, for real, I kind of knew this. But then we found out later it's something different. So, Ruth showing elder mother the pregnancy test, and she is pregnant. But it shows that it's pregnant. It's 2 lines. So she's like, are you satisfied now? So, elder mother, she like, she be doing her little grunts like, So she's like, so you are with child, whatever. So Ruth was like, I told you I was. Elder mother was like, but your stomach is so flat. And Ruth was like, look, I don't be showing like that. Like, Elder mother was like, oh, that's nonsense. That makes no sense. He's like, I never seen such a thing. Ruth was like, well, how will you even know? And Elder mother was like, I used to be a nurse. Ruth was like, well, that's used to be. It's like nowadays women don't even show, like, and then they just pop out. They be like, then out of nowhere they be, boop. She was like, you know how Ruth feel like she got power over Elder mother because she about to be his wife, and she the one that basically gave Elder mother the title Elder Mother Supreme, like convinced the highest to give her that. So she kind of feel like she can run all over Elder mother at this point. So she like, what she say? She's like, now I don't want to hear about this anymore. Are we understood? She's like, are we understood? Elder mother was like, yes, Elder. It hurt her heart to say that. She was good. So now we back in the shipping container. And it's Malcolm and Andrew. And I want to start off by saying this whole scene, Andrew's ass naked, so his dick is out. On soft. So Malcolm steady telling Andrew, like, oh, you dead now. You killed the FBI agent. So now we know when the last episode, they was playing, the highest had Andrew playing Russian roulette with Malcolm and Brian. So now we find out that Brian was the one that took the bullet. So Malcolm telling Andrew, oh, Brian, yeah, you going down now. You killed the FBI agent. And Andrew really don't fuck with Malcolm, nigga asshole. He slept with his wife, right? Yeah, was sleeping with his wife, yeah. So he just like, shut up. Like, plus he just don't like the nigga. The nigga is compromising, like, he just got Brian's wife killed, bringing her there, all this types of stuff. The nigga just a compromising wild nigga. He ready to get him up just to get out of there, all the types of nigga. So Andrew was in his right. He's like, man, shut the fuck up. I'm not listening to you, da-da-da. So, Malcolm used to like, the FBI not gonna take you back now, bro. Like, he's like, so Andrew was like, nigga, like, you saying all this, but we not getting out of here anyway. Like, we not getting out of here. Malcolm's like, I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna do me, da-da-da. He's still talking dumb shit. He's like, I'm not dying in here like him. And points to Brian. So I'm assuming Brian's dead body is laying there or something. But they don't show it. It points to him and like, I'm not gonna die in here like him. So then Andrew was like, well, that could have easily been you. Like, that was a game of Russian roulette. It could have easily been Malcolm. And I'm pretty sure if Andrew had his way, it would have been Malcolm. Because he had more of a friendship with Brian than he had fucking Malcolm. So he tells him, like, that could have easily been you. So then Malcolm get the, man, we gonna get out of here. I don't even know what his angle was or whatever. Andrew was like, yeah, so, yeah, we gonna get out of here. So then you could pin all this shit on me. I was just like, why you keep thinking he gonna fall for it? But we gotta remember, it's the Tyler Perry show, so. So Malcolm like, what do you say? He get to talking about this fake ass plan. Let's try to rush Daikon when he come in. I grab him by the neck, da-da-da. Andrew just like, look, man, I'm not doing none of that. Not happening. He's like, I don't even trust you, man. Like, it's not happening. Malcolm was like, we need to work together. Andrew was like, fuck no. He says, I ain't doing shit. Malcolm get the, oh, so you are with them, huh? You know how he just trying to. The whole time he was still saying Andrew with them. And it's like, we don't know. He might really be with them. He might really be like converted over. So then Daikon, he comes in with another one of the little, with another guy. Malcolm started immediately apologizing, like, I'm sorry, whatever. Daikon like, shut up, I don't want to hear, you know. Daikon punched Malcolm in the face. Malcolm apologized again, like, I'm sorry. I'm just like, this is so sad, like. So he uncuffs Malcolm and tells the other guy to take Malcolm to the electric chair. So Malcolm's screaming, he's like, no, no, please, no. Even Andrew's face looking like, oh, man. So now it's just Daikon and Andrew in the container. Andrew persistently, what's the word? He keep apologizing. Daikon just like, man, the highest feels that you, what'd he say? He said the highest feels like we got you by the balls since you killed the FBI agent. Andrew, he nodding his head like, yeah, y'all do. He was like, but I'm going to tell, Daikon was like, but I'm going to tell the highest that that's not enough. So Andrew's like, man, look, man, y'all killed my wife. What else y'all want from me, man? He was like, what else I got to do to prove my loyalty? Daikon was like, well, I'm going to tell the highest in the morning that it's not enough. And I'm like, bro, stop. This show's so annoying. Everything is going to happen in the morning. Stuff keep happening in the morning. Every time somebody get held prisoner, they going to deal with them in the morning. Like when Lacey and what's his name? Big dude. What's Big dude's name? I can't even remember. But when they was in the container, going to deal with them in the morning. Like, it's so annoying. You got people sitting in containers all night waiting for their demise. I get it, having them sitting on it, thinking what's going to happen to them. But still, it's like, with these shows moving so slow, how long is the next morning? You know? And I get it. Somebody told me these shows, Tyler Perry shows, move like how the stories back in the day used to move, like you know, like Days of Our Lives, Younger Wrestlers, all that. But come on, bro, they used to be dragging. It's so annoying. This episode we kind of got a little moving. It is what it is. Like, it's Tyler Perry. We can't expect much. Not saying like that. I fucks with Tyler Perry. I love Tyler Perry. All he does, all that. But sometimes the writing, I just be like, bro, you need writers in the room. Because I've heard that he's the only person in the writing room, like literally the only person. So it's just like when you got one brain, kind of those replications. Is that replications? Replications, they start to happen, like reciprocity. That happens. Stuff starts to repeat itself. You know. I couldn't get that word. I had to sing the Lauryn Hill song. Tell me you are. Anyway, so he was like, what I gotta do to prove my loyalty? So Daikon asks, he asks how, like how? Oh no, I was about to say, why am I saying he asks how? So yeah, so Daikon was like, I'll tell him in the morning. That's what I was doing. Yeah, I was like, I don't like that morning shit. Keep talking about that. But she said, I'm gonna tell him in the morning that killing the FBI was actually bad for all of us. So Andrew gets to, man, look, I can make it seem like I can make it so we could get away. I can make it so we get away with it. He was like, I can prove my loyalty that way. So then Daikon asks how. Andrew was like, well, y'all still got his wife's body, right? What y'all do with his wife's body? He's like, you put the two bodies in the home bedroom, make it look like a double murder suicide. Daikon get the laugh. He was like, that won't work with all the forensics and all that. Andrew was like, not if we like burn the house down. If they burned all up, it's nothing left. So Daikon is interested. Now he's like, okay, talk. He's like, talk. Continue. So Andrew was like, well, it's already known Malcolm was sleeping with his wife. We can, it was already known that they slept together. He was like, we just have to get the footage and locations where they met up, da-da-da. Put that out there. Then say, like, Brian got upset, came home, killed his wife, and then shot himself. Daikon is like, it would not work. And Andrew was like, well, the way I shot Brian, it could definitely work. You know, he played Russian roulette, so he shot him in the head. So basically, it could look like like he shot himself in the head. Then they go back and forth about, you know, Andrew's loyalty. You know, Daikon, we'll see about that. Like I said, these scenes, the talking points be too much. They don't even need to be. So the sheriff, he shows up to the front gate. Daikon comes out there. He's like, man, we need to get some cell phones so I can communicate. I won't have to drive all the way out here. Daikon's like, well, you know, that ain't wise. And the sheriff was like, well, I could just bring you a burner phone. You know, Daikon, he was like, well, we only got one network out here. And that's kind of leaves us vulnerable. Like, it's easy to access and track. So, no, we're not doing that. So now we find out, okay. So now we know that one little fact about the compound. So then this part kind of threw me off because the sheriff tells Daikon, he's like, yeah, so my contact at the FBI has been taken off the case and replaced by his bosses. So I was like, why did he say his contact when Daikon supposedly knows who Mac is and Mac knows who Daikon is? Because Mac was on the phone telling the sheriff, like, you need to contact Daikon. And last season, Daikon was telling Malcolm, like, Mac's with us. So it's like, why he was saying it like Daikon didn't know who Mac was. But anyway, he was like, but like I said, writers got to pay attention to stuff, because I do. So he was like, my contact at the FBI has been taken off his case and replaced by his bosses. Yeah, I thought Daikon knew who Mac was. Yeah, so Daikon was like, what does that mean? So Sheriff was like, well, it means I don't know how long we're going to be able to keep doing this before it all come crashing down, basically. So Daikon was like, man, we got it under control. He was like, I don't think so, because he was like, I got my sheriff back at the, he was like, I got my little deputy back at the station asking about my other deputy. The sheriff was like, he asked where Polk's body is. Daikon was like, you know, the less you know, the better. Just know we took care of it, basically. He was like, man, you just keep us aware, and we gonna keep the women and the drugs coming. And the sheriff get all angry. You think I'm just doing this for pussy? He's like, where's my money? Daikon was like, don't we keep that coming in too? We keep that coming in too. Sheriff was like, man, if it all comes down to it, I'm going to give y'all ass up in a heartbeat so we know where he stand. I wouldn't even told them that, though. Because even though you the sheriff, they'll kill your ass. They got 3 FBI agents in there. You think they won't hurt your ass? And you a little small-time sheriff? Come on. But he says that, yeah, I'll take y'all ass down if it come down to it if I get jammed up. He was like, and I'm going to go park down at the end of the road. You send one of your girls down there, give me a blowjob. And not the one without the teeth. You know what? The one with the teeth. Without the teeth. The one without the teeth. I'm like, nigga, ugh. I was like, he's just so annoying. So River, he catches up with Ruth. He's like, did it work? And as he comes up to a Ruth, like grabbing this bag, and you can tell this is like a piss bag or something. She throws it, tosses it off to the side. So I'm like, oh man, this sneaky little broad. Sneaky little bit. I'm like, when did she even have time? I'm wondering what it is. I'm like, did she get soda from somewhere? Because remember, they were trying to get Zane to get soda from the market when she went to the store so they could use that. But she came back and said she didn't get it. You know, Zane was all on her little high trip from getting to shoot the soldier, all that other shit. So he gets the so what she say? She was like, yeah, so I put a pat in the toilet and I waited for Sister Jennifer. I'm assuming it's like another member who's pregnant, who's already known pregnant. Like I put a pat under the toilet, waited for her to use the bathroom, and I got her pee. She was like, and it worked. I said, I know that's right. Because I was kind of upset when the pregnancy test was positive. I was like, it's good for Ruth because now Elder Murphy can't bomb her out to the highest and she won't like be in danger or whatever. But I was also like, damn, now she about to bring another child into this damn like wild ass situation. Even though she, she planned to be out of there before that, probably. But then we found out this moment she ain't actually pregnant. She just used a pregnant woman's pee. And, like, heated it up or some shit like that. So I was like, yes, Ruth, that's what I'm talking about. So she was like, now we just need to focus on getting this money and leave. So River was like, I already got the money. So I was like, oh shit, not only did he kill the highest, but he got the money. So Ruth was like, what you mean you got the money? And Ruth was like, look, I don't want no little bit thousands. She was like, I want some millions. River was like, look, it's enough for us. Let's just go. Let's just take what we got and go. You know, he trying to leave because he think he killed he killed the highest, which he kind of, well, I just spoiled it. He didn't, but he thought he killed the highest. Shoot, if you seen the show, then you know he didn't. So ain't like I'm spoiling. But I usually like to go scene for scene. But yeah, so he think he killed the highest. So he's like, man, we got enough money. Let's go. So Ruth was like, where's the money at? Ruth was like, it's under my robe. So Ruth was like, how'd you get it? River was like, I snuck into his room while he was passed out, and I took it. So, you know, Ruth, she pissed. She's like, you need to take it back. Because Ruth been telling River this, like, I get both sides. I get into it in a little bit. So she like, you need to take it back. River was like, man, I should have left by myself. He was like, man, we just need to leave or whatever. Ruth was like, I'm not going through all this just to be broke in some weeks. Like, that's, and I get that. Like, that little bit of thousands, just split between the three of them, two of them, whatever, not gonna last them that long. Especially since Ruth got kids, all that. Then she probably gonna be taking in Tally's kids, so yeah. Side note, is she gonna take Tally's kids? I don't know. I could have said that in my predictions, but whatever. So, let me see. Where am I? So, yeah, River was like, I should have left by myself. It's like, but we need to leave. And Ruth was like, I'm not going through all this just to be broke in a few weeks. Yeah, I wrote truth. I was like, that's facts. So she was like, it's not enough to split between the three of us. So in this moment, I was like, okay, Ruth even still including Joan in the situation. And you know, her and Joan ain't really seeing eye to eye, so you know, they don't trust each other. Rightfully so. So she was like, it's not enough to split between the three of us. So River was like, well, let's just not tell Joan. Let's just get out of here. Which is crazy because it was him and Joan before Ruth even got involved. So now he trying to cut Joan out. Ruth was like, man, I tell Joan and the highest if you don't go put the damn money back. So River was like, look, the highest he dead. Like, I overdosed him. So we have to go. So Ruth started freaking out. She's like, oh my God, what have you done? This, that, and the third. River get to you like, you don't know what he does to me. Like, and that's why I say I get both points. Like, I get where Ruth coming from. Like, if I'm going to go through all this, I'm definitely going to get millions and get up out of here. I'm not about to just get some measly little thousands if I'm going to go through all this. But I also get where River's coming from. Like, he getting sexually assaulted. He getting beat up. All this type of stuff. And Joan and Ruth, they don't get it. They don't really get it. And Ruth kept steady saying, like, you know, River, you been in this life. You should be used to this type of stuff. She always telling River this, like, just stick in it. We need you for this money. Da, da, da. So I get both points. I get both sides. So he get, you don't know what she does to me. He start freaking out. Ruth smacked him, was like, come with me. Come with me now. She be bossing up on these niggas and these broads. So now that we back in the trailer with the new couple, Aaron and Laura. So, you know, they steady telling Joan they want to leave. Because, you know, the finale of the last season, Aaron was wandering around and he found Andrew, Malcolm, and Brian in the container. They was like, "Let us go. We FBI agents. They holding us hostage. They gonna kill us." Da da da. So they in the trailer. They like, man, telling Joan like, "Why we can't leave? You can't keep us here." Da da da. Joan like, we just want you guys to stay for the night. It's nothing, no big deal. You know, she steady on the little fake rockadoosey tip, trying to make it seem like nothing's wrong. So Aaron's like, look, I saw the guys in the shipping container. They said they was FBI, this, that, and the third. Joan gets to saying like, they're just they're restrained because people come here and they're super strung out on drugs and we have to restrain them, this, that, and the third. And Aaron was like, in a container. Joan was like, well, I'm sorry, our accommodations aren't as up to par as you would like. Aaron still ain't buying that shit. I found it interesting that with this couple situation that I said interesting like it's not low key me being my opinion. I found it interesting how when they got there, the black woman didn't find nothing super suspicious, and the white husband like found everything suspicious. Usually it'd be the other way around. The white person's like, "Oh no, they're nice people," and the black people like, "Nah, I don't trust this shit." But it was the other way around in this situation. But yeah, so she's like, "Excuse our low budget equipment." So she's like, how about I go get you guys something to eat and drink and she leaves the trailer. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. So she also offers to introduce them to somebody after she tells them like people come there strung out and they got to be restrained and all that for their safety from drugs. I remember to like what's the word? Detox or whatever. So so she was like, I got somebody I want y'all to talk to, whatever, meet, whatever. She's like, how about I go get them and get y'all something to drink, whatever. She leaves the trailer. So the couple, they freaking out. Lauren telling Aaron like, we just gotta play along for the night because they keep telling them they can't go nowhere till the morning. So the husband like, man, do you think we have a night? Like, the wife was like, Laura was like, you don't think they would hurt us, would they? And Aaron was like, shoot, you ain't see the FBI agents I saw in the container. Where am I? Sheesh. Got my eye appointment next week, guys, so I should be getting my glasses soon, or the squinting will be over. Where the hell am I? Sheesh. Oh. So she was like, you don't think they would hurt us, would you? He was like, you ain't see them FBI agents in there. She was like, well, we don't have no choice. Let's just play along to the morning. Then she was like, well, do you think the highest even has any idea what's going on? She was like, what if, because she was like, sometimes the leader has no idea what his flock is doing. He grabs her, Aaron grabs Dolores, was like, look, I know you wanted this place to be everything it is, but it's not. It's not what you thought it was going to be. Like, and you can't fall for this shit. She was like, I'm not. She was like, I'm not. We just have to play along. Like, we have no choice but to play along. He was like, I just feel like you should be more upset. That's what I say. Like, I feel like she should be more upset, but it is what it is. At one point, she was talking about her being there without him. Like, she like, because I want to stay. I don't know how he feels. Da, da, da. So I'm just like, at one point, she was willing to stay there without her husband. So they go back to Jones. She flagging down a random soldier. She goes up to him. She's like, I need you to go in there and tell that couple that used to be addicted to drugs. Like telling them what to say or whatever. He used to be addicted to drugs. And we had to restrain you in the container multiple times, of course. And the highest came and saved you. And he healed you. Da, da, da. He like, what? She like, just tell them that. So I'm like, okay, I see where Jones going. But I'm just like, they ain't going to buy that shit. I was like, I wouldn't buy that shit. So Ruth and River walk up the roof. I said walk up the roof. I am high now. So Ruth and River walk up to Joan. They start telling Joan. Well, Ruth starts telling Joan what River did. She's like, he took the money. And Joan was like, what? So Joan was like, so what y'all was gonna cut me out? Da-da-da. So Ruth was like, look, if I was gonna cut you out, like, why would I be here telling you this? Like, that's what I be liking when Ruth be getting on Joan ass, because Joan be just asking the dumbest shit, and Ruth be like, dumb bitch, like, why would I do this? What do you mean by that? Like, you bombing her dumb ass out. So she was like, why would I even be here talking to you right now if we was just gonna roll out without you? So she tells Joan River overdosed the highest, and I need to go check on him. He might be dead. Joan's like, oh my God, is he okay? River's like, no, he's not okay. So Joan was like, well, what's he breathing? River, he all like, he upset still, because he like, y'all just care more about him. Like, y'all don't think about what happened to me, da-da-da. I'm in a tizzy, I'm just trying to, he just trying to get up out of there. He got the money under his robe and all that, so but he's like, man, he was like, there's no way he's breathing after all that I gave him. He's like, I gave him all of it. So he starts screaming again, like, they need to leave. We just need to get out of here. Ruth was like, calm the fuck down. I'm going to go check on the highest. She tells Joan, like, and you watch him. Joan's like, with pleasure. Excuse me. So then we get to this rapist nigga, Manny. Why you gotta be so fine, though? They annoy me. I think I said that one time, like, the characters that I don't like on this show are so fine to me. Or at least good looking. Like Manny, I don't like his character, but he is fine to me. Daikon, I don't like his character, but he's cute. Anybody else? Yeah, I think that's it. I think those are the only ones that I think are cute. Yeah. Yeah. Oliver wasn't too bad. He wasn't too bad. But I ain't like his character neither. He was just, like, so annoying. When Lacey kept trying to warn him, he was just like, no. And now look where he at dead. It was just like, he wasn't too bad looking either. I would have to see him, like, out of character. He probably got a nice toned body and all that. But, yeah, I would have to say Daikon, definitely Manny, and Oliver a little bit. But, yeah, so Manny, Ruth trying to go into the highest trailer. Manny trying to stop her, telling her, like, no, you can't go in there. Like, Ruth Rivers in there. She's like, he not in there the whole time. So Ruth get there. You want me to keep supplying you with meds, right? Because, she got him some medicine when he got stitched up by Elder Mother or something like that. Or when Aaron helped him. I don't remember. But Ruth got him some medicine or whatever. So she's like, you still want me to keep getting you pain meds? You won't let me in. So Manny gets to, remember Aaron told him he was going to need a tetanus shot. So it won't get too infected or something like that. I don't remember. But, he was like, you think you can give me a tetanus shot? So, Ruth, she be hella cocky. But she also just trying to tell him what he want to hear. So she's like, yeah, I can get you anything you want. She's like, I can just put it on the grocery list. So Manny was like, it might already be one here. In the trailer where, like, they keep all the highest medicine and all that. The medicine trailer, infirmary, whatever you want to call it. So Ruth was like, it's a big-ass lock on it. Like, how am I supposed to get in there? So Manny was like, well, I can get the key for you. Ruth was like, all right, give me the key and I get you the tetanus shot, whatever. Because, she just trying to get in there and check on the highest. So Manny was like, look, you promise you don't tell nobody. Like, what? She probably tell. Well, they already know. I mean, well, they don't know about her getting them the tetanus shot. But we find out in the end who finds out. So, Ruth was like, I ain't gonna tell nobody. She goes in the highest trailer. She calling it, she yelling like shit, checking for a heartbeat. She's like, your highest. She's going frantic. Keep checking his chest or whatever, with her ear, whatever. So now we back with the little soldier. He telling the little fake story to the couple. I could kind of tell that they not buying it. Some people might not. I can tell they not buying it. The wife's like, that's amazing. I will say this though. Once the wife wasn't with the bullshit no more, she definitely was playing her part more than Aaron was. Because it started off, Aaron was already suspicious and she wasn't. But now that she is definitely on edge and suspicious of this place, she definitely playing her part. So she was like, that's amazing. Like, she was like, that's he did the heist, did all that for you. The soldier like, yep. And the husband, Aaron was like, so you just let him chain you up. So the soldier was like, man, I was out of my mind on drugs. Like, I understood. He was like, but I'm telling you, like, freedom is free here, and all this other stuff. And Aaron was like, well, so that's why you guys have guns. So Aaron's still making it known that he's super suspicious. But you know, Lauren, she playing her part like, oh, really? He saved your life, and you know. So Aaron now he acting like a white person. He's super suspicious, so he gonna keep saying shit. So, well, not like a white person, in my opinion. Whatever. But from what I've seen with white people on shows and movies and stuff, they always, when they get suspicious, they show it. That's what I'm gonna say. I should have said it like that. But anyway, he says he was like, yeah, so that's what the guns are for. So the soldier was like, well, we don't want people taking what's ours. And Aaron was like, people like who? And the soldier was like, well, the government. You know, they're supposed to be like so anti-government, making it seem like. So the soldier was like, well, we're loving people. And Aaron was like, well, why you won't let us leave? So the soldier was like, we'll let you leave. You just have to wait till the morning. Aaron was like, why we got to wait till the morning? Why y'all want us to wait till the morning so bad? So the soldier was like, well, we don't want y'all leaving at this time of night. And Aaron was like, even if we want to, like, what do you mean? So the soldier was like, well, we got other enemies in these parts, like, that are at farms and stuff. And we don't want, like, we don't want y'all in the area, like, it could be bad for us, for y'all. It's like, we don't want y'all showing up at one of their farms. He was like, I hope you guys are satisfied now. Well, not satisfied, like, hope you guys are at ease now after I told y'all this story. Laura was like, well, we are. You know, Ern ain't saying shit. He's like, well, I'm gonna go get Elder Mother to prepare y'all some food. You know what that means. Has her food killed anybody yet? I don't know. So after the soldier leaves out, Aaron pulls out his damn cell phone. So I'm like, okay, this nigga had a cell phone the whole time. But remember, we found out earlier in the episode that they only got one cell tower network or whatever. So he probably ain't gonna have no signal anyway. Right after he pulled out his phone, he's like, damn, no signal. So Laura was like, well, like I said, we just have to wait till the morning and let's talk to the highest in the morning. And Aaron's like, look, the highest is crazy too. Like, it's out of control. He can't help us. This, that, and the third. Aaron was like, look, I hear you, I know, but she was like we have no choice. Just telling him, you know. He's like, but I'm not crazy. I know, I get where you coming from. I know I'm not falling for this, basically. So Joan looking at her like, I can't believe you was gonna leave without me. And then the soldier walks up and tells Joan, like, the couple, they seem to abort the story. They're calming down. Joan was like, wonderful. He's like, tell. So the soldier was like, I'm going to go tell Elder Mother to make him something to eat. Joan was like, well, tell them to make something to help them relax. You know how that go. So the soldier was like, all right, okay. So Joan continues to tell River he was wrong, this, that, and the third. Like, River was like, I'm pretty sure he's dead. Like, I know he's dead. Joan was like, well, I don't think so, because Ruth would have been back by now. I'm just like, whatever. River gets up. He like, I should go check on Ruth. Joan was like, no at first, and then she was like, well, if you're going to go back, she was like, at least put the money back. That's what you need to go back for. So River was like, okay. Then Joan was like, was y'all really going to leave me? She was like, was y'all really going to leave me, though? River says, what do you say? He was like, no, like Ruth wouldn't leave without her daughter. So she was like, was y'all really gonna leave without me though? He was like, nah, Ruth wouldn't leave without her daughter. Joan was like, well, I don't know. And I was like, what? That's how you know Joan ain't no mother. I'm not a mother neither, but I know ain't nobody leaving without their child. Come on now. So, like, I don't know. Like, girl, she not leaving without her daughter, and possibly without Tally's daughter either. So she tells him again, like, you go, and you put the money back, and that's it, and check on Ruth, whatever. So now Elder Mother, she done, she got the people, they bringing Lacey's body in. Remember Lacey that got shot up in the SUV from trying to escape. So they lay her down, and Elder Mother realizes that she's still breathing. So she's like, oh, she's still breathing. So she tells the rest of the people, like, leave the room or whatever. She's like, oh, you still alive, huh? Like, what, you made some type of, start tapping on her chest, like you made some type of bulletproof resistant or something. So then she cut open her dress, and it's her cuts open her robe, and it's like she got like pants like taped to her or whatever. The Elder Mother started laughing. She's like, you stupid girl. Da, da, da. She's like, I hope you don't die so you can learn. You know, she don't want Lacey to die. That's why she spared her when she was in the trailer with Oliver. She was like, she asked the highest, don't kill her, give her to me. So she don't want Lacey to die, especially after what Lacey did, tried to leave again. So the soldier comes in there and tells Elder Mother, the couple wants to leave, so you need to make something for them to calm down, you know. So Elder Mother was like, look, this girl here, stupid girl, tried to put pots and pans on herself to survive. She was like, she's still alive though. She was like, she tells the soldier, chain her up. She's like, I hope she don't die. So then River, he sneaks back into the highest trailer. Rufus in there still trying to like wake the highest up. He asks, is he dead? Like, is he dead? She was like, no, but his breathing's like super shallow. So now we know the highest is not dead. But she was like, why you come back in here? And he was like, well, Joan told me to put the money back. So Rufus was like, all right, well, go do that then. Make sure you do that. So he goes to put the money back. Ruth still trying to like wake up the highest, doing whatever she can. Little as she trying to splash some little water on him. I guess that's as much as you can do. River comes out, was like, let me try. Checks his chest and was like, oh no, he's not breathing at all. He was like, we need to go now. And that's how it ends. But yeah, like I said, cool little premiere. We finally found out that Mac actually is with the Rockadushis. But that was just speculation at first. I thought Daikon was just saying that to get to Malcolm. But I think in that moment he said Mac's name before Malcolm even had a chance to say it. So that's what kind of like solidified for me that Mac actually was working with them. But now we found out for sure that Mac's working with them. And yeah, we found out that the sheriff knows that his deputy got killed by them, so he don't even care. It's just wild. I'm not gonna do no predictions because I already watched the second episode. I'm trying to see. I might have time to do that second episode right after this, or I might have to do it tomorrow morning. Well, all the time I'm spending still talking here, I'm wasting time. Well, thanks for watching this video. Please like the video. Please share the video if you like. Hit the notification bell if you want. Subscribe to my channel because I review other shows. This is a new show that I'm reviewing. Well, it's not a new show. I'm a new show for me that it's just new. Me reviewing it is new because I've been watching the show since season 1. But yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, keep watching my shit. Peace.